Hello and welcome to the fourth tutorial in the Bootstrap free series, and in this tutorial we're going to be looking at setting up a project. I bet you're very anxious to start coding. Fear not, that is exactly what this tutorial is about. Though this tutorial and pretty much the rest of the series will be done on a Mac, it is completely valid for Windows and Linux. As we have mentioned before, if you are doing this series, we recommend that you feel comfortable with HTML, CSS, JavaScript and jQuery. If you feel comfortable with them for your respective platform, you'll be all good to go with Bootstrap with this series. First thing we need to do is go ahead and download Bootstrap free. To do that is go to Bootstrap. Easy way to get to it is type it into Google. And then get bootstrap.com. And here, so I want to click on download Bootstrap, and there's a few versions that are available to download. To keep it simple, you want the compiled and minified CSS and JavaScript version, aka this one here. Download Bootstrap, and then we're going to set it up. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to be downloading it. It's my version is right here. So actually, yeah, let's place this here, and now let's just extract this. Now let's take a look at what is provided by Bootstrap. So we have the CSS files, we got Bootstrap theme, Bootstrap CSS, we got CSS map. A lot of this stuff we don't need to worry about. That's the great thing about using a tried and tested framework like Bootstrap. We just include the required files and we start coding. And in terms of fonts, we got some Glyphicons, and then in the JavaScript we've got the Bootstrap JavaScript files. So what we're going to do is open up a text editor. The one I'm going to be using is Sublime Text. This is an amazing free text editor, but you can use Notepad++ if you're on Windows. Actually, this is supported on Windows as well, but there are other ones as well. So what we're going to do, first of all, is just save this as, if we just go to our desktop, in dist, and I'm going to actually, before I save it, I'm going to rename this to, I don't know, I'm going to call it Bootstrap Tutorial. I'm going to put a dash there, just to make things a little nicer. Now we'll save it into Bootstrap Tutorial folder. It's going to call it index.html. Again, if you're comfortable with web development like HTML, CSS and so forth, you should already know what I'm doing here. And now what we're going to do is just set up our page. We're going to do doc type, and now what we're going to do is HTML language equals English. And inside here, we're going to do a head tag. And inside the head tag, what we're going to do is meta char set, which is the character set, equals UTF-8. And now we're going to do another meta tag. So it's going to be meta HTTP-equivalent or equiv equals quotation marks, and it's going to be x-ua-compatible, and the next part is content equals IE equals edge. And now we're going to do another meta tag. Actually, one second, let me just indent these. And the final meta tag is name equals viewport, and for the content it's going to be width equals device width, comma initial dash scale equals 1. And now we have our meta tag set up. It's going to put title, so title, and in here I'm just going to put Bootstrap Tutorial. This is what just appears at the top in the browser, which you'll see in a moment. And the next thing we're going to do is it's going to do a comment Bootstrap. Now it's going to link the CSS style sheet, so href equals css /bootstrap.min.css. So we're just using the minified version, and it's a style sheet. So the next thing we're going to do is HTML5 shim and respond.js for IE8 support of HTML5 elements and media queries. Okay, so what we're going to do is now another comment, just say warning, respond.js doesn't work if you view the page via file. And now the next part is another comment. This is going to be if it IE 9 and now what we're going to do is just link up the source file for https://. This is quite a lot to take in. Don't worry, there will be links in the description. maxcdn.com/html5 shiv /3.7.2 / shiv.min.js, and we're just going to end the script tag. So this is just for IE. Then we're going to do another script tag, and we're going to just copy and paste this and just change what we need to do. So it's us maxcdn com, and here it's going to be respond. Now we're going to do 1.4.2 respond.min.js. Now the next part is just going to be ending this, so it's going to be end if okay, that is the head all set up. Now we can just deal with the body. So body, again, this is pretty much just what is provided by Bootstrap on their website, so you don't really need to deal with this too much. And what we're going to do now is just h1, and in here it's going to put hello world. At the bottom of the body tag we're just going to put another comment of jQuery necessary for Bootstrap's JavaScript plugins. So let's just include the JavaScript file that we need. So it's going to be source equals https://ajax.googleapis.com /ajax/libs /jQuery /1.11.1 /jQuery.min.js Yep, that looks a-okay to me. And now the next part is another comment, and for this we're going to do include all compiled plugins below, or include individual files as needed. And now the next part is another script tag. For this, it's going to be source equals js/bootstrap. So this is a local file, the Bootstrap JavaScript that I showed you earlier in this tutorial. And now the body has been ended, so the HTML. Let's save it and run it. Hopefully we haven't missed out anything or spelled anything incorrectly. Okay, it looks a-okay. Let's just inspect the element. Again, it looks fine, and I'm just going to do one quick last check and just run it through the W3 validator so I can check everything's a-okay. So file upload, choose file, go to desktop, Bootstrap tutorial. It's just because obviously there's quite a bit of code there. It's gonna, yeah, it's passing, so all tags were closed and all the basic stuff was all good. You may be thinking that this doesn't look so amazing, all that code just for this, and there's nothing really happening. And you're right, but it is the starting point for your amazing responsive website. You've got to start somewhere. We have the foundation set up now, and over the next few tutorials, actually over the rest of this series pretty much, we'll be looking at the different elements you can do, the way Bootstrap handles responsive design, and how to actually implement all of that. Actually, one thing I've just noticed, I've put if IE 0 instead of 9, so my bad, that is my bad indeed. Just bear in mind the JavaScript plugins will require jQuery to be included, which is included right here, but in case you fancy just removing this, just bear that in mind. The next tutorial will cover implementing a grid system. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonarsystems.co.uk. The email will be in the description. You can comment on this video, just directly message us via YouTube. All the required links for the source code will also be in the description. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.